Making cookies. Hi dear, what are you up to today?
Hi Mom, I was thinking of making some cakes. Do you want to join me?
Sure, that sounds like fun. What kind of cakes were you thinking of making?
I was thinking of making some chocolate cakes. Do you have a recipe we can use?
Yes, I do. Here, let me get it for you.
Great! What ingredients do we need?
We need some all-purpose flour, unsweetened cocoa powder, baking soda, salt, sugar, eggs, milk, vegetable oil, and vanilla extract.
Okay, let's gather all of the ingredients and get started.
Okay, now we need to preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit.
Got it.
Now, let's grease the baking pan and pour the batter into it.
How long do we bake it for?
We need to bake it for about 30 to 35 minutes. Make sure to check it with a toothpick to make sure it's fully cooked.
Okay, I'll keep an eye on it. Mom, it's done. It looks so delicious.
Great job, dear. Let's let it cool for a few minutes before we try it.
It tastes so good.
Yes, it does. You did a great job making it.
Thanks, Mom. This was a lot of fun.
It was. We should do this more often.
Definitely. What should we make next time?
How about some cookies? I have a great recipe for chocolate chip cookies.
Yum! That sounds perfect.
High school.
Hello, Key Dad. How are you today?
Very good. How about you, Dot? Have a nice day.
Okay, Kiros, we're going to talk about high school. What was high school like for you?
It was a very interesting experience. I was in a high school in quite a rundown area. So it was the norm for girls to get pregnant at 14, leave school, and then come back at 16 and do their exams. So it was quite unique.
At 14?
At 14, yeah.
Oh my God.
So it was quite a strange environment to be in for somebody who didn't get pregnant.
Wow. Was it a rough neighborhood?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. But did you have a good time?
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed myself. It was great, as long as I kept myself out of trouble, which was hard because everyone was getting into trouble. But yeah, it was fun.
Wow. Okay. What do you remember most about high school?
I remember that the school dinners were disgusting.
Okay. And did you get good grades in high school?
Yeah.
Okay. What was your favorite subject?
My drama.
Okay. Do you still act?
No.
Okay. Do you still go to theater?
Yeah.
Okay.
To watch.
Just to watch? Great. Thanks a lot, Kara.
No worries.
Martial arts.
Hey, Victor, I hear you're going home tomorrow.
Yes, I am.
That's too bad.
Yes.
So how long have you been here?
I've been here for 2 weeks.
And I'm sorry, I was never sure. Why did you come to Japan?
I came to Japan to study martial arts. Budo Taijutsu is the art that we study.
Okay, cool. So are you like a black belt or?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. How long have you been doing your martial arts?
I've been studying this art for about 18 years, I guess.
Really?
Long time.
That's a long time.
That's a long time.
You're a young-looking guy. I wouldn't think like 18 years.
No. I'm an old guy.
Well, so when you go back to the States, you also train and...
Yes. We have a group that we train in martial arts there as a sort of a hobby. In a way, it's sort of a way of life also. But I have a real job. I'm a civil engineer.
So actually, what does a civil engineer do?
In America, a civil engineer designs things. In my case, I work on buildings that have structural problems, and I work on repair plans.
Okay. Wow, sounds like a tough job.
It's okay. It's interesting. All buildings need repairs, and it's fun.
Okay, great. Thanks a lot, Victor. Have a safe trip tomorrow.
Well, thank you very much.
Montreal.
Hello, Anne. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Anne, can you introduce yourself and tell people where you're from?
Yeah, my name's Anne Hutchison, and I'm from Montreal, Canada.
And right now, I'm an English teacher in Tokyo, Japan.
Okay, what's Montreal like?
Montreal is a really nice city. It's just very cold in the wintertime. It has 4 seasons, and the nicest season is the summertime because it's really warm and people play a lot of sports, and there are some parks in Montreal, and you can go swimming and hiking and biking and rollerblading. It's a very interesting city.
Wow. Were you born in Montreal?
I was born in Montreal, and I can speak 2 languages. English is my first language, but I also studied French in high school.
So were you in a submersion program where all your subjects were in French?
No, I went to an English high school, but a lot of people in Montreal are in immersion programs.
Okay. Since you learned French, what do you think is the best way to learn a language?
I think that you have to like learning another language. And if you have a positive attitude, then you can find learning another language fun rather than stressful. So I think that I had a few French friends, and we would practice, and they would be very patient. And I liked the fact that I could communicate using another language, because then you have another identity.
You have your French identity.
I do.
Okay. So what's your name in French?
Mon nom est Anne.
Oh, okay. Wow. I need to get myself a French name.
Todd.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Anne.
You're welcome. Nice speaking with you.
Scuba diving.
Nicola, you were talking to us the other day that you went diving in Australia.
That's right, I did.
Well, so what was it like?
Well, actually it was quite scary, to be honest. When I first started, I did an introductory course, which was just maybe like 2 days. And so they just sent you out with all the equipment, put you in the sea and guided you. But then when I did the real course, we started in the swimming pool, which was fine, and it was all great fun. Although there were 2 men on my course who completely freaked out and had to leave. Yeah. So that was fine, but then they took us out to sea, which was a bit different. Yeah. Because they made us set up our own equipment. I mean, they still checked us and everything, so we didn't die. But we had to put on our own equipment. We had a diving buddy who we were with. And I was with my friend Graham, who I was travelling with anyway. And we went down into the sea. We went down maybe 15 metres. And they always say, like, don't panic, just keep breathing normally and everything. But I did kind of panic a bit.
Oh, no. Yeah.
So then I rose to the surface really quickly, which, you're not supposed to do in diving.
Yeah.
So I went up quite quickly. Luckily, we weren't deep enough to do any damage. But my diving buddy Graham was having a great time down there looking at shipwrecks and stuff. I didn't even notice that I was missing.
Oh, what a terrible guy.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
So,
did they fail him? I hope he failed the course.
No, he passed. He paid enough money. He passed.
Oh.
But it meant that I couldn't go diving for the rest of the day because I'd already been down quite deep.
Yeah.
So that was a shame, but...
That's terrible.
Yeah.
But you didn't hurt yourself. You didn't come up too fast.
No, I was fine in the end, but it was a shame because that was the end of my diving day.
Yeah.
But we had a few more days to do it.
And so now you're comfortable diving? You don't freak out anymore?
I don't freak out anymore, but I couldn't go diving now on my own.
Yeah.
Because it's been so long.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Okay.
The visitor.
Haley, do you want to go ahead and talk about the story you were going to say?
Okay. This was about, I'd say, a year and a half ago, and it was in Harare, the capital, where my mom lives. I was on holiday back home seeing my mom. And anyway, it's a Sunday morning, and I was in the shower, got up pretty late, must have been about 10:30. And all of a sudden, my mom burst into the shower, and she says, Leith, there's a snake in the kitchen. And so I thought, wow, blood, okay, what kind of snake would this be? Because we live in the capital, residential area, almost high-rise. Well, not high-rise, but residential area. And so I put a towel around my waist and walked bad-temperedly through to the kitchen. Attached to the kitchen, we've got this little courtyard where we sit out to have morning coffee and breakfast. It's tiled and leads onto a small garden. And so I walked out into the courtyard, and there was a 7-foot Egyptian cobra. Wow, I was really, really blown away, because I know a bit about snakes, and I know that a bite from an Egyptian cobra in a country where antidote isn't readily available is almost certainly fatal. And there we were, my mom and I, with a 7-foot Egyptian cobra slithering between the courtyard and our kitchen. And eventually we trapped it in the courtyard, and I went to fetch guys who work for national parks. National parks are the guys who kind of look after animal problems within the city, and brought them around. And we were hoping that they were going to catch it, but because Zimbabwe isn't so rich at the moment and stuff like that, they don't have the facilities to keep caught animals, so unless it's endangered, they just shoot it. So the guy shot our 7-foot cobra.
Wow, they shot it, huh?
Yeah, and we had to bury it out back.
Really? Oh, well, still, man, I'm glad. I mean, you just don't want to be bitten or anything, so.
No, no way.
What a story. Okay, thanks.